Hey guys, welcome to another episode of
Boys, Booze, and Blood!
I am George, Jug16X.
I am the Beto00.
I am Alan at Circus Murder.
Hey guys, it's Edward, known as Beloved Freak.
Hey guys, I'm Velfornia13.
This is Bert, aka the Last Elm Street Brat.
Alright, and today we are talking about Halloween. Halloween is next week, so we're talking about our favorite memories, costumes, what we love about the holiday.
Yeah, the holiday, not the movie.
Obviously, yeah, that's true. Not the movie, it's the holiday. So,
Special day for all of us.
Yes.
Halloween is special to all of us. Horror fans or people of, fan of just anything spooky and the macabre. So, first question. Why Halloween is so special to us? What do you think, Bert?
I don't know. I can answer that for everyone. I can answer that for myself. For me, Halloween is very sentimental because that was my grandfather's birthday. He was born October 31st, 1933. And he's the one who raised me my whole life. He was the only father figure I had. So that's why that Halloween, the holiday means so much to me.
Was he a spooky guy? He liked the spookies.
Yeah.
The boogeyman.
He let me watch all the horror movies along with all the nudity. Because he was getting his
Along with the what?
nudity.
Oh, nudity?
Like, I remember this one time.
He's a cool grandpa. He's not a regular grandpa. He's a cool grandpa.
We're watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and you know how the nurse gets naked?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Grandpa, do I fast forward this? He's like, no. And he's like,
It's the best part.
He has like the biggest grin and like the nurse is
Oh,
topless.
that's so cool.
That's really
Visualize me.
awesome.
He's like, I know you don't like this.
I'll tell you when the boy part comes out.
So it's a big event for you both.
It's a big event. Up till I became a teenager, I was always under the impression that Halloween was celebrated like Thanksgiving. Because in my house, Halloween I thought was like second Thanksgiving, even though the holiday comes before Thanksgiving. Because it would have to be, we always had a turkey, we always had yams, we had everything like it was Thanksgiving. But then that's why why it was so huge was because it was my grandfather's birthday. He was the bread maker of the family.
Yeah.
So
This is a big event.
it was a big event. He needed a day to show that we appreciated him.
Absolutely. And what better day than Halloween?
I know.
Yeah, jealous.
I'm jealous too.
No.
The Halloween, I mean, ever since I was little, that was my favorite holiday ever. I mean, just the fact that it was in fall and autumn is my favorite season. I love the colors. I love the oranges to the blacks. The scary stories that come from it. All the horror movies, and of course, just there was this living in Chicago during that time. It was always so cold, and you always felt comfortable at home at mom's place, and her cooking would be happening at the same time, and I don't know, just a special moment. It's something that I cherish for the rest of my life, always.
Cute.
Yeah.
Me. I guess growing up, since I loved superheroes and horror and science fiction stuff, I just loved dressing up. I was wanting to be the little actor kid, so I loved dressing up, putting makeup and throwing wigs on. Little drag kid.
Yeah.
It was just a fun factor just to be somebody else. My family didn't celebrate Halloween. Nobody liked Halloween.
Were they Jehovah's Witnesses?
No. Growing up was tough because my parents were going through a divorce, and no one had time to do anything. I didn't have a babysitter. I took care of myself, so I was the kid who always had to hand out candy. So I used to love dressing up, buying costumes, making costumes. My mom didn't let me buy expensive costumes. I used to get the ones like the lady who made them down the street.
Yeah.
So I got like the B-rated, D-rated Batman costume and stuff. So it was just things like that. But I just love dressing up and throwing makeup on, and that's how it got me as an adult to just want to
Still
do home costumes and stuff and to create your own stuff.
Yeah.
So that made me appreciate things like
You
that.
can totally tell. You're
Yeah.
very creative with your
So
outfits. And
that's
stuff.
what made me love Halloween, that you get to be somebody else and you could be as weird and bloody and out there and people are gonna love you for it.
Yeah.
So that's for me.
The one damn day.
Yeah, one day. Halloween every day.
Only
That's
day I
true.
can act straight.
You get a lot. You get away with so much on that.
You do.
And people appreciate you for that. You're not the weirdo anymore. You're like
100%. Alan.
Dumb.
Well, as everybody knows, Halloween to me is every day. So to me, it's just another holiday. But the best thing about Halloween is the fact that you get to be somebody else than what you are every other day. And growing older, you find out the meaning behind Halloween and the traditions that go along with it and why it's a holiday in the first place. And that's always stuck with me because who doesn't like black magic and
Hmm.
fucking
Yeah, black cats.
rituals and
Paganism. It's
Yeah.
a pagan holiday.
exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, Halloween's always been important to me for those reasons.
What about you, Beto?
To me, like, I'm very against uptightness, and I feel like Halloween is the one day when no one gives a fuck. Like you can get away with so much, and it's just fun all around. Like, no one gives a fuck. No one takes themselves seriously. Like, even my mom, who was never who was like the definition of uptight, like that day was like she went out for us. All out for us because she knew that's what we like. That was like our favorite holiday, and it's just like I try to live like Halloween every day too. Like Alan said, like we live basically in a Halloween house, and I'm every day I try to like have fun and stuff, and like not be uptight about things and not get mad about dumb little shit because there's so much happening in the world. So I think that Halloween installed that into me. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just have fun, eat candy, eat whatever the fuck you want, dress up, whatever. Like, enjoy yourself. As long as you're not hurting anybody, go all out, you know? Do whatever the fuck you want.
Unless it's rough Halloween sex. Then
Oh, then yeah, you can. Unless they ask
want.
for it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
I only bite when asked.
George?
I mean, for me, it's a way to tap into your childhood innocence in a way, just because as a kid, that's the thrill of it. You get to dress up, you get to get candy, and people in my old neighborhood would go all out with their decorations, and sometimes the people in the family members of the houses, they would dress up. Like, I remember there was a house on the corner that this one neighbor would dress up as Michael Myers, and as soon as you get your candy and you walk out, he comes out from the side door with a knife and like just chases you.
Nice.
And it's a thrilling night. It's just, and kind of like how Alan was saying, you get to be someone else. You get to escape for a bit. You get to go and just kind of like let yourself run free, get candy, be worry free in a way, you know. And it's thrilling. It's like, I love spooky things. Even as a kid, like I would just get excited to go to Rite Aid to get a costume.
Don't you guys feel though like Halloween is the less spooky day? Like for me is I don't know why, for some reason like everything is so happy that day instead of spooky.
It's
Because
true.
that-
Because of who we are.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
It's because the day has arrived.
You're right.
It's the night before that's supposed to be the spooky
Yes,
night.
okay.
So
No,
like
not just in that, but it's like not a lot of people go out to be like spooky. They're like more about mischievous and fun.
Right.
You know what I
to
mean?
Be exciting.
But you're right. Like yeah, you're right. As a kid, it can be
I mean, it's
spoopy.
you can get spooky, you can get like cute. Like nowadays, it's kind of like you see it's more about the costumes and the slutty costumes is what I see, like, or just
Mouse.
stupid shit. But just in the classic days, it was like it's a spooky holiday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
to
something
me,
to
it's just
celebrate.
spooky knowing that like you can walk down the street and look at people and you have no idea what they actually look like because they're wearing a costume or makeup or something.
That's
so
true.
like that's totally creepy.
I know, how do like bouncers at clubs do it when they're like, you know, everybody's in costume. They're trying to look at their ID. Like, yeah, sure, that's you.
I think that's one day probably they're just like
They're like, fuck,
That's
whatever.
why they have
Like, you can be
$20
12 and just be like, I'm a midget. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. For Halloween memories, does anybody have vivid memories of Halloween that is just kind of sticks with you? And this is something that I'm talking like memories that each year on the holiday, whatever you're doing, you're either at home or you're out there, it kind of brings you back. Like when someone says the word Halloween, it takes you back to a vivid moment in your life. So I want to start with Bert.
The memory that sticks out the most every year is the Halloween of 2003 when I was 10 years old. Well, yeah.
Get out.
Don't hate. I was still having my teacher. Well, that was a rough year. That was within that year gap. There was my grandfather got hit by a car. Grandmother had a stroke. It was a rough year. I remember that holiday that night sticks with me is because it was raining. My grandfather was sick. He was half crippled. He still chose to take me out trick or treating in the rain.
Wow.
So every year Halloween comes, I think of my 10-year-old self. And heavy rain with a guy walking with a cane, sick, willing to take me trick or treating because he knows how much the holiday and that day means.
That's so
Especially to a
fun,
10-year-old, because
yeah.
you know every 10-year-old doesn't want to be locked in. They want to be out in their costumes, going door to door, getting candy.
Yeah.
But I remember when he would take me trick or treating. I was very picky with my candy sometimes
Hmm?
because my grandfather's favorite candy was a Three Musketeer. So when I would see Three Musketeers, I would pick a Three Musketeer for him and a Tootsie Roll because my grandmother liked Tootsie.
That's cute.
Rolls.
That is really
But yeah, Halloween 2003. It always sticks with me every year.
That's a good memory to have. Like that. Like if you see the positive in it, of course it has some negatives, but the positive is like you got that memory and it's so cool. Just him in the rain and everything, like going to get you candy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty
no, that's dedication. That shows
Yeah.
like that shows true compassion and true caring. Like it's like you're,
caring. Yeah.
you know, no matter what, there's no definition of parent. I think a parent is someone that will go above and beyond. So the fact that even he did that, just I don't know. That to me, that is a true form of love. Like that's just such sacrifice, and especially because of the holiday. It's like you appreciate people who do that for you.
That's so
you know?
cool. That's really cool.
And it's his birthday too.
Yeah.
So, like that makes it even more amazing.
Mhm.
Good memory.
Yeah.
My favorite memory?
Yes, Val.
It was, I forget what year it was. I think it was like maybe ninth grade. I think 9th or 7th grade. Or 10th, I'm sorry. Where did I go?
Numbers.
My parents took me to a Halloween store and there was a beautiful Freddy Krueger mask that I fell in love with, and it was like $50. And I was literally just so in love with it. My dad decided he was gonna buy it for me, but surprised me, so he fucking got that mask. And that Halloween, I got a red sweater, so I spray painted the green strips on it and went out as Freddy Krueger, and I made my own Freddy glove because I couldn't afford to buy one, so I had to make my own.
So you've always been a crafty little queen.
Always. Always. But that night, went out with a bunch of friends, and we stayed out super late, like until at least 11 p.m. And I just remember when everything was nice and quiet, and it was all dying down, and just a street lamp. You know how the light is yellow, and it's just the quiet street, and just the emptiness, and the leaves blowing, and that has stuck with me from my entire life. I'm never gonna forget
All
about
these
that.
California people are like, what are
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What is that?
Yeah, and it was nice and cold, and you can feel the change that it became November 1st. And like that longing for Halloween just stood with you.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
I
I love it. So
have to
much.
wait a year for this.
Yep, and that's when all dreams and hopes died.
Beloved freak.
Well, mine was actually in high school. I went to school with a bunch of Armenians here in the Valley at Grant. So it was a very machismo school. Not a lot of gay students. For Halloween, prior to Halloween, I didn't dress up since I was a kid. I stopped a lot since I was a teenager because everyone kept saying, it's for little kids. You can't trick or treat. You shouldn't be wearing costumes.
Bullshit.
So I stopped doing it, and I hate myself because I stay in and just watch movies. 11th grade, I hung out with a bunch of lesbians, who are my favorite. They told me, like, dress up. You love it. You should do something, like, be out there. So I went to school as an 80s hooker.
With a tool belt?
I wore a little baby doll dress, sequins, with the 80s mullet wig, and I had, like, blood everywhere and, like, cuts and stuff. And I had, like, slut written on me and smeared lipstick.
Ooh, that's
So,
like,
and ripped fishnets. So it was very ballsy, and everyone kept like whistling at me. Everyone kept saying how awesome I looked, and that they had a lot of balls to do that there.
Yeah, it does take
and even though a lot of like kids talk shit, I had my head up high because I felt like the shit, and I felt so how do I say it? I just felt like
confident, yeah.
very confident, and I think that's where my confidence started building up.
Okay, that's a
kid.
good
So
memory.
it's just kind of like a little middle finger to everybody, and I lived it, and I just wanted to play that up, and that's that's like my moment of like middle fingers in high school, like.
And it happened on
playing-
Halloween.
And it happened on Halloween, and then ever since then, like I just been very out there as a teenager, so that was my way of opening up to people.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I'm surprised that you went with slut written on you.
Oh, I got in trouble for that.
I
Like,
mean, he's a slut.
because I had the girls. I had
He
the
created
girls
the
say,
slut walk.
I had the girls like put lipstick on and put kisses all over me.
Oh,
So
cute.
then they'll smear. So I had one of the girls write "slut" on my back in lipstick, and the principal's like, "You can't do that. That's inappropriate language." So they made me like smear. I'm like, I'll smear a little bit so it doesn't say too much. But everyone like said I looked good.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Alan?
Let's see. My most memorable one is probably my first Halloween that I can remember. I was like I'd say 5 or 6, and I was dressed as a mummy that year, and I was wrapped in toilet paper from head to toe, which is not an easy thing to do.
No.
I've tried it.
Gotta pin it.
But the reason that one sticks with me so well is because that's the first time I ever saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
Oh.
And it was just in passing. Like, I went to my step-grandparents' house, and they were watching VH1, and it was playing. And, like, I saw it for maybe 10 minutes, just in passing. But it was at that pivotal moment when they're like, "Don't dream it, be it," and that stuck with me
Aww.
for forever.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to VH1 for being ahead of
Yeah.
its curve.
Yeah.
So that's always been the most important Halloween to me, I think, because I live that. Like, that's what I go for. So yeah.
How about you?
Well, mine, I would say all of my Halloweens are really like memorable. Like the first one I remember, I was 4 or 5. I didn't want to go out trick or treating. I was scared as shit. But then my neighbors, who were dressed up as Bart and Lisa Simpson, came and were like, "Come with us. Like, we'll take care of you or whatever." And I didn't have a costume or anything. I just had like Cookie Monster like slippers. And I was like, that could be a costume. Whatever. I'll just go out like this. I got lost. I followed another Bart and Lisa down a wrong path and ended up, and it was, I can't remember very well. To me, they looked like early 20s, late 20s, early 30s kind of people, but now that I think about it, they could have been like a sorority or something, or a fraternity. Because I remember I told them that I was lost. I knocked on the door and they were having a party. Everybody was in costume, and I told them I was lost. And they were so sweet to me. Thank the Lord or Satan, whatever. I knew my phone number.
Oh.
So I called my mom. I was like, I don't know, I'm at a house and I'm lost. But they were so sweet, like, and they actually, like, they gave them the address. They gave my mom the address and everything, and they picked me up. But that was my first memory. And then, like, in my not teenage years, but like 10, I went trick-or-treating in this building with all the neighborhood kids. And we went to this house, and this guy seemed really off to me. So we said trick or treat. He said trick, and he just like stood on his hands or whatever. And we're like, lame, whatever. We left. As we were going out, I see him put a Jason mask and a knife and just come running down the stairs. That was his fucking trick. We all ran the fuck out of there. It was so intense, but it still sticks in my mind. 'Cause it was like it wasn't raining, but it was thundering. Like there was lightning. So I just saw him come out of his house, put on the mask, and the lightning just went off. And I was like, oh shit! It's just engraved in my memory. But after that, like every Halloween, I just make it a point to just have fun and just. So every Halloween is pretty memorable to me. And the last one was me dressed as an ostrich, running after the club, running across to get into the car and just falling face down in the middle of the street after eating a delicious hot dog. And I was like,
And watching them
Beto.
take the hot dog lady's card.
Yeah, they took the hot dog lady's card. That's always.
But you got your hot
Oh.
dog first at least.
fucked
so-
up.
Yeah, and I was dancing on the couches, and the security guard came like every time, like, get down, or I'm gonna kick you out. No, get down, get down. As soon as he would get down, like I would go back up on the couch and start. I was drunk as fuck. That was last year, so I'm hoping this year will be a better memory with you guys. George.
I don't know. For Halloween memories, it's always just like me going out trick or treating. Like my mom would take me and my sister out. But I think one that always stands out, and I always kind of think about, even for a split second, was that I had a neighbor next door that I used to play with.
Oh yeah.
And he was no, not like that. Like I would neighborhood kids. We'd go and play like kickball and shit like that. But the thing with him was like he had a dad who was an alcoholic. So like about once or twice a week, his dad would get on a bender and would like beat the shit out of him and his mom. And my parents' window was right next to their bedroom. So my mom would call fucking child services at least once a month. But what I remember was we went trick-or-treating, and she was like, you know what, let's go ask your friend Hector next door if he wants to go. So we did, and he didn't have a costume. He I forgot what he wore. Something, cheap, but...
Cookie
we were
Monster
like, okay.
slippers.
Probably slippers or something, or even a fucking sheet. But what I recall most, I was fucking like maybe first grade or something like that. But he had a blast. That's the only thing I remember. He was just like, let's go to this house, let's go to this house. And we went around the neighborhood maybe 2-3 times. You know, he had like a big ass, like he had a pillow sack. So it was like half of that was filled. You know, we had our candy. And we dropped him off at his house. His mom said thank you. And he just had a blast.
Oh, that's
You know,
awesome.
that was a great thing to me. I think what I look at it now is that just that holiday itself, it's like, you know, whatever he was going through at home, he got to escape for it for a bit and just, you know, get massive amounts of candy, have fun, look at all these costumes that these other kids were wearing, look at the decorations and the, you know, the attractions that some of the houses would put on. It's just, it's fun to do. You get to escape, you know? And I think that's what I always look back on, and I always think about, because I work with kids now, I kind of want them to have that same experience. Like, unfortunately, now the school system, they won't even let them wear the costumes on Halloween.
Oh, that sucks.
So that's fucked up. Like, I'm just like, really? Like, they have a fall festival the Friday before?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to make, like, little goodie bags for the kids I work with now. And so I'm just going to, like, give it to them on their way out. They're not allowed to have candy at school. I'm going to be like, fuck it. Like, I'm kind of, like, already senior... Like, I have seniority set. No, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm just
Grab
gonna be like,
all.
It's a holiday.
I'm gonna give them candy. I'm gonna be like, kids, go rot your fucking teeth. Like, go have fun. Like, I won't be in costume, but I'm just gonna give them candy. I'm just be like, go, run, fuck
Just
with
make
this
sure
old bitch
it's all
stuff.
Some kids are not gonna have
Vegan,
that.
GMO.
gluten free.
Like, it's bullshit, really. Like, I mean, they have a fall festival, but it's just they can't even wear their costume during classes. I used to remember
Bullshit.
during school, we
We
could
used
wear.
to
Bullshit.
Parade.
Parade. I remember my
Best
little
costume.
gay ass being a devil and shit, just like waving to my mom all gay as she took pictures. Like, why do they take that away from kids?
They have they do a
Started
parade,
shooting
but it's
at
just like
people.
it's like after they're like bring your costume in a bag, but it's like not even on Halloween day. So it's like then what's the point? Halloween's on a Tuesday. You still go to school. Like, just stay a little bit after. Let's do something.
Oh my
They're
god!
kids.
I had a crush on a girl in elementary because she was the prettiest one. Because she was the prettiest one. Not
You
because
just wanted to be her friend.
she was the Pink Ranger. I was like, bitch,
Yes.
sold, in love.
Yes, bitch.
And she was like waving too behind me.
Going pick like when the school bus would go around and pick everybody, that was like the most exciting moment to see who would walk
Who was
in.
wearing what?
What would they
with
dress
what.
up as? Yeah.
And there were definitely a lot of kids wearing the fucking Pink Power Ranger. I was like, oh, I wanted that.
But millennials are never gonna get that, or
No,
like this new
they're not.
generation. I pushing for like, cause I want my nephew to go through all that.
Yeah.
And I want like every year I post on Facebook, please people give out candy. Take your people trick or treating, like make it big again.
Yeah.
And I think
Community
it's,
things,
I think
community
it's coming
things.
back. I
It
think
is.
It's getting
Little by
better.
little.
Little by little, I think I take comfort in that. Like I see now, like in my neighborhood, like it gets lit from like as soon as sun goes down, but then like it ends at around 10 o'clock. Because I mean, like, you know, it's
'Cause it's
the,
school.
It's
the
kids,
last
it's
few
a school
Halloweens have
day.
been on a weeknight. So, but it's just like I see, but even like I don't get mad at the. I used to get mad at the teenagers that would be like 18, 19, still trick or
Shit,
treating.
I did it.
Why?
I
did
used
it.
to because I would be like y'all are
Jealous.
old. I'd be jealous.
Yeah, like, be hated.
But then at the
Just
same
bigger.
time, they're all getting in for the thrill. Because I'm thinking, like, these motherfuckers are gonna, like, knock my pumpkins over or throw shit. Like,
We'll give them
they
candy.
just, no, they just
Like,
yeah,
you
that's
fucking
it.
have- Of course they would.
And even these bitches in, like, slutty outfits, they're just coming to get candy. And I'm just like, well, shit.
What's
you?
wrong
Like,
with that?
Eat a shit candy. Get
That's
them
why
the
you
A
gotta be
bitch
like,
needs some
"Bitch, show me your titties,
candy.
and I'll give you a Snickers.
Yeah.
They're-
I want to
but they're,
shave
like,
and go
kinda-
trick or treating this year.
They're still reliving that childhood moment. So I think that's what now I'm not even, like, bothered by it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, oh, you bitches go. You go to your PG-13
Wait.
showings and ruin the movie for me. That's fine.
Can
Like,
we just go trick or treating all of us with sheets,
Can we-
with
no,
ghost
no,
sheets?
If you want to go trick or treating, I'm
Yes,
down.
I
I'm
wanna
on.
go.
It's
I
a
would
Tuesday.
It's a
Go
Tuesday.
I'm
Ah,
down.
let's do it. Let's go trick or treating.
Yeah.
Off work ethic.
Who has like a really good neighborhood that we can trick or treat at?
The bougie areas.
I live in Burbank, so it's all like
Burbank,
rich houses.
Beverly Hills.
Well, that's not bad.
No,
Is that, okay.
no, not at all.
Good.
You gotta go to
Actually,
the nice neighborhoods.
Conan O'Brien lives by me.
We
So
want
Ooh.
king size from these nice
Yeah,
houses.
Okay,
Let's-
let's let it. Let's let it. Okay. Back to the
You
program.
wanna know Tootsie
we're
Rolls?
doing it.
We all go to George's house. He'll give us candy.
I do have to say the most disappointing thing was when people would not be home and they would just leave their fucking
Yeah.
bowls
I've
outside.
done that because I went
Those are the
partying. I
religious
had to go
people,
to a
that's why.
party, so I had to
I mean,
leave
that's
some.
different.
I low key have to do that because my house is decorated. I won't be home Halloween, so I gotta leave candy
Exactly,
outside.
that's what I do.
But I live in an apartment. And
Oh.
No one shows up. You know?
my candy is gone by the time I come out.
Is it
Yeah, because everybody in the building, I'm sure.
Yeah, they just pass by and just grab a handful.
some.
Yeah.
I so totally go on a go trick or treating.
I'm
But
down.
last year we got candy. They gave us candy, remember?
Yeah, they
'Cause
gave us
they
a
were
little
so sad
baggie.
that they had no trick or treaters
Oh.
and all of this candy, and we were taking pictures outside in our costumes.
So
And
they
they
just
just
came.
were like, oh well, you guys can have some candy.
You're the only one in costume.
That being said, I mean, it's all about the costumes. I think that's the biggest thing with Halloween. So I want to know: does anyone have a favorite costume they've ever done?
Right. I choose you.
Well, my costume was cheap, but I chose the cheap route.
Bless you.
Grandpa gave me 50.
That's not cheap.
That's a lot of money.
That's a pretty crazy room.
Well, can I go? Well, Grandpa gave me $50. But what I chose was one of those cheap ass glow in the dark hockey masks
Oh.
and a glow in the dark machete, and that was it. And I gave him back the money
Oh.
because this was after the accident, so we were like
Right.
I was stealing from
Aw.
liquor stores to feed my grandparents. So
Wow.
So, a 10-year-old, I chose the mature route. So I was like $10, so he can get the 40, and I just wore my favorite flannel, which he gave me. And so I was a cheap ass Jason going through the neighborhood.
That's cool though. Everybody, that could be effective.
Yeah,
But it's so nice.
but that
of
was
you.
my favorite
That
costume.
was really
this
nice
this
of
really
you.
cheap ass Jason outfit. But
It has a memory with
Yeah.
it. That's cool.
and my second favorite is the Ghostface. That was a year before.
I think my favorite Halloween costume, it was
God, you
high
probably have
school.
so many good ones.
I know, right?
I actually didn't. Most of my costumes were very generic, like Ghostface or having the bloody face where you pump the blood.
Yeah.
I think
I think
everybody
everybody's
had
been.
that, yeah.
Has everybody been Ghostface?
Yes,
I've been
of course.
Ghostface.
I think
Good.
I still have
Okay.
It was vampire, all that shit. But my favorite was in high school when I finally decided that I was not gonna care what people thought, and I went to high school dressed up as the Joker from The Dark Knight. So I did I woke up at 4 o'clock in the
Everybody
morning.
thought you were gonna shoot him up.
Exactly. I woke up at 4. I did prosthetics on my mouth, so I created my own prosthetics, with the slit things. Did all the makeup. I stole a fucking Hannah Montana wig from the Dollar Tree because I did not want to pay for that. I'm like, I'm not giving this bitch money, right? So I took the wig out of the thing and I shoved it in my pants and I walked out pretending that if I had it like a big belly. Got away with it.
Nice.
No, man, that's my pubes.
So I get home and I chopped it up and spray painted it green, and then that was my Halloween costume, and everyone fucking lost their shit. And I had a pencil that would do do you want to see a magic trick or whatever and stuff like that. So-
Wow.
Oh my god! But the wig was an extra small because it was a child's wig. Let me tell you, the headache I had by 7th period
Wow.
was. I could literally feel my fucking temples just throb because everything was just so congested right here. But
Wow.
it's awesome. And then they took a picture of
You
me.
guys are so crafty. Wow.
Not really.
That's
Even at a young
crafty
age,
as
you're
well.
crafty.
Yeah.
And I'm in the yearbook as well. Because
Oh,
they were very
I
happy
want
with that.
pictures. I
Yeah.
want receipts. I
I'll
want
show you.
video.
Oh, can we share your books one year?
Oh,
I don't
hell
have
no.
one. I don't have one.
I was popular.
Mexicans don't. Me too.
And
There was always
in my
two
senior
Me
yearbook,
too,
I have
bitch.
25 pictures of me.
We don't use yearbooks in Mexico.
Oh.
We just live with the memories.
It's just a
okay?
notepad in
And you just post a selfie on it.
Is it the milk card
little
with the
autograph
missing
book
person
from
picture?
Disneyland.
What are those automatic camera? What are those called?
Kodak
The
camera.
Polaroids.
Oh my god.
Polaroid and tape. That's how you go around.
And you just wrote the year on the bottom in your quote.
And where do I know you from? Your favorite
what are you?
costume?
My favorite, I think, it was going back to the cheap Batman costume I had because, like I said, it was like a low-rated, homemade thing.
How old were you?
Huh? I was, I think, 6 or 7. Yeah, around. Because Batman Returns came out, and
yes.
that was the first Batman movie I saw in theaters, so I wanted to be Batman. So it was around 92, 93 era. I told my mom, I really want a Batman costume. She couldn't afford it, so she got me a homemade, cheapy looking thing. And I used to get mad because I'm like, I want a nice one like all the other kids do. Like, I deserve a nice costume. It was always homemade costumes.
There better be some cha-cha heels.
Yeah. So I threw a fit. I'm like, for once, I would like to have a nice costume to go to school in. And my mom's like, I can't afford that. You didn't understand that. So it made me appreciate that she at least made the effort to go get me something that I wanted.
Yeah.
So that made me, I think that was my favorite one because it made me appreciate my mom for making the effort and make me appreciate that I got the privilege to even go trick-or-treating with my neighbors when other kids don't have that. And then it made me appreciate being a little crappy bitch. And the people who make costumes. There's people who out there who does that too. And I think that people like that should be supportive.
Absolutely.
So I think that was my favorite costume growing up.
That's really cute. Beta.
Oh,
And the other.
I always
the
call
other-
them. Oh,
Oh.
you guys just got that?
Don't you know
We
how
call
I
each
like
other
that?
Beta.
The
Yeah.
Betos.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
There's two.
Beta.
Not till it's on paper. Then I believe it.
I don't know. My favorite costume. That's a tough one because I've had some okay costumes that I really liked. Like last.
If you were
year's was
able
pretty
to
good.
revisit one costume,
Like, what stands out to you out of all of them then?
Well, I mean, like my favorite one that I can remember as a kid that was important to me was like my 6th Halloween. I was a vampire.
Sexy.
But I was like obsessed with like Bram Stoker's or Dracula at the time, and like
With like the
vampires.
buns.
Like
The buns?
no.
They were cute. I thought that was really cool. Sorry.
That was really cool.
Or the top cat Dracula.
Well, no, I wasn't that Dracula, but I was a
Obsessed
vampire.
with
Bela
I was
Lugosi?
yeah, I was like
Bela
a Bela
Lugosi.
Lugosi
Gotcha.
Dracula.
I thought the vampire from Brooklyn.
With blackface and everything.
Just because my stepdad's black doesn't mean that I can go in blackface and it's acceptable. Okay.
He was Blackula.
Oh, I wasn't trying to say that.
So yeah, as nostalgia, that's probably my favorite one. But I think my all-time favorite one that I've ever done was last year when I was one of the Grady twins.
Oh, that was really cool. He was one of the Grady twins with his cousin.
Really
I gotta say about Alan, he takes
Not
his fucking
really
time with
From The
costumes, dude.
Oh, shit.
He's always the last one to
Yeah.
be ready.
Red Round.
He's always the last one to
I
be
like to
ready.
be as
Well,
screen accurate as possible.
I've got you blood. I've got you covered on blood.
Oh shit! Don't remind
Yes,
me. That
Dylan
shit was
did
fucking huge.
What?
That thing of blood you had that come out with
Is
the
it
car.
a jug? Is it like a big jug?
That
Oh,
pump.
the
No, not your dick.
pump.
The pump.
The other one.
My dick.
I have I bought it's like a weed sprayer that I filled it up completely with blood and stuff
Oh,
like
nice.
that. So
Your costume for the Texas Chainsaw was on point. Like, the drips that she has
Yeah.
were on fucking point.
thank you.
You're fucking bananas.
Yeah.
My turn.
I like to go. Wait.
I have a similar story to like some of you guys. Like, my mom was a single mother, trying to raise 3 kids by herself. So it was Batman and Robin came out, and I wanted to be the fucking no, not Batman and Robin. Batman Forever. I wanted to be the Riddler. Jim Carrey's Riddler at the end when he has like the
white- is it the
blowout
white-
or whatever.
Yes.
And they had that at Target, and my mom said no. She cannot afford it. I have 3 costumes to buy, not just yours, and that was like $50.
Oh.
Which
So
I'm.
she didn't want you walking around in a
Like,
fucking-
Besides that, oh no, I remember the glance. She was like, "This one." I was like, "Yes."
sparkly green.
I've only seen the movie like 50 times. Yes, this one.
Why
What
they had that in the kid size is a little creepy.
Why? No one saw it like that. They just thought it was the Riddler. You
I don't
know?
want
No
the-
one saw
the
it. Like,
sun is
no
some
one like
sparkly green
sexualized it. But like, but yeah,
figure, so.
she said no. So I was like an M&M, like one of those cheap ones, you know. But that was good. I had fun. I always have fun. And after that, like all my costumes, I make sure to ask 2 things. Can I hide shit in it? And am I gonna be comfortable?
Yeah.
And I've been Teletubby, the purple one with the purse and everything.
That was my first date.
I love it. I had no one questions you or searches you when you're in a costume. So I had my flask in there.
There you go.
I had a bunch of shit in there. I was an Angry Bird one, so like I would be at the club and have my satchel inside. And and Alan was the pig, and I would go inside my costume and just like drink from my glass and come out from my costume. And I always like shit like that is what I do, because I know the fat cop. I was like with the big bulgy ass and everything, like a mall cop. I don't put a lot of thought into it, but I try to have fun with
have
it.
fun, yeah.
That's so
So
cute.
you're crafty too, then.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I buy all
they're
this.
all-
I don't make
But
anything. I don't make
think
anything.
ahead, like I need to be comfortable. So you find.
I think about flask.
You
He utilizes his costume to shove all
Yes,
that,
yes.
all that good
I,
shit in
I utilize my
And no
surroundings.
masks because he has to use the straw.
Yeah, I how am I
Behind it.
smoking or drinking if I have a mask on? Hello.
Exactly.
So no masks.
God.
I want to do it with the mask on.
But I've been me and Alan were Casey and Ghostface 1 year too. So
Did you guys fuck when you did that?
No, we were in a hotel
Yeah,
room
he
with a lot of
penetrated him
people.
with the knife between the tree.
Yes, that did happen.
Aw.
Like,
The little one in the corner. Okay.
anyways, so I don't know. For costumes, I always thought about my Ash one because I actually put a lot of thought and money into that one because I actually made the shades.
Pokemon?
No, the Ash from Army of Darkness because actually
Oh,
that
I
chainsaw-
was thinking Pokemon too.
I never liked Pokemon. I'm sorry,
Okay,
I was the
okay.
only one who never.
I
did.
like Digimon.
Sorry.
But that chainsaw, I put a lot of effort into it, and just to try and make the arm, and it looked cheap as fuck, but it was just nice because I actually put a lot of work into
Oh
it.
yeah.
But that
Do you
was
still have
never. No, I should have saved
What
it.
year was that?
It was like in 2013. So it was long. It was a while ago. That was actually the first time I went to the WeHo Carnival. Probably
Yeah,
last
not that
time.
long.
He was 21.
Yeah. But that wasn't my favorite. My favorite was always when I was in 4th grade and I was Scorpion for Mortal Kombat.
Cute.
So like as a kid, like I admit, I was a punk. I was always like
Still
a bit.
are.
I was a bitch. I'm not
Punk ass
gonna lie.
bitch.
Like I let myself get punked on by everybody, but in that costume,
pushover, you're a pushover.
I am, but like in that costume, I was the shit. Like as soon as I went into the bathroom and put it on, because we would trick or treat around the rooms. Like this is when school was legit, but like I was like, it's weird when you put on a cape, you put on a costume, you get that persona, you feel powerful.
Yeah.
That whole day, I never felt like punked on or like a bitch. Like everyone loved my costume. Like I was the only one that had like a Mortal Kombat thing, because at the time, you know, I think it was because of the movie. Like people loved Mortal Kombat. And so, like, I was running around, I was Scorpion, I would do the whole, like, you know, get over here, like, to everybody. They loved it.
Do it.
I'm never doing it.
Get over here. Do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Like,
Beto, that was really butch of you.
I know.
Actor. You know.
The
But it was
came
the
through.
greatest costume to wear. Like, it was store-bought, whatever. I trick-or-treated in it. Like, it's just, that whole day was great to me. Just, it was the most epic costume you could have.
Fucking love Halloween.
I love it too.
At the time. And that's probably the reason why we love Halloween. You have those moments, you have those memories of those times where you're just, you feel so high on cloud 9, you know?
Yes.
Superior.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah, you do feel, I feel
And
superior.
It's
I'm not gonna lie.
empowering. It's empowering.
Everybody feels the same. You think you're the only one, but everybody's feeling the
Like,
same
you wanna
way
feel
inside.
hot, you
So
wanna feel
everybody,
powerful.
no one judges
Yeah.
anybody. Like it's just the fucking best, y'all.
It is.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Nice.
Love it.
The more twisted mind, the better.
I don't know, for
Anybody
Halloween
have any-
traditions.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Is there a tradition that you guys always do? Because I've
year? I
kind
have
of every
one.
year. Could be even movies that you watch.
Yeah, I'll just say it because it's fucking random. But every year before midnight, I have to watch the Lizzie McGuire Halloween episode.
Does she only have one?
Only one.
Is it good?
It's so good, so good.
Okay, if you can send me a link or something, please.
I have the DVDs. You can borrow it, so we can watch it. Yeah,
I've seen a few Lizzie McGuire, but I live for
it's
Hillary
amazing.
Duff.
I have to watch it. Have to, and
That's
that
good.
rings in my November and like gets me ready for Christmas and all that stuff. It's just such a perfect end to the night.
Yeah.
Whiskey Bird.
Sorry.
Whiskey and Bird. Oh.
Whiskey
Um,
Bird.
well, there's 2 movies I have to watch every year. One is The Birds, because that was my grandmother's favorite. And for my grandfather, it would have to be Night of the Living Dead, which we just saw on the big screen, but I have to rewatch
Yes.
that again because of my grandfather.
Nice.
Because he had told me he had took my grandmother when they were on their first year of marriage to see that movie.
Oh.
So they saw it back in the day, and I was like, oh.
That's cute.
Why does she like the birds?
It's weird. I never.
The
fucking-
birds are so cool. I
know,
love
I'm
them.
not saying like against it.
I don't
It's
never I never knew why. And I mean, there was that one scene in that movie that freaks me out when she goes in the house and the old guy's like by the bed and the eyes are fucking pecked out. That would scare the shit out of me. But I don't know. My grandmother. I wish I knew.
Oh.
It would go Birds, Cujo, Carrie.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, those are
fun.
classics too.
Fun
Yeah,
night.
great classics to watch.
Oh, really fun.
Love it. My movie tradition is Hocus Pocus because I love it. I love this. I seen it in theaters as a kid, and I fell in love with it. And every year after that, even after I watched that movie endlessly, I just love watching it. But for Halloween, that's like a must for me because I just love it. I don't know, like other traditions I do. Like I love pumpkin carving, costumes, the parties, of course. Of yours, I remember that. I had a party with you too. Your Wednesday, ugly.
Fun.
Yeah, that was cute. What were you?
I was like Joshi.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
that's
say
right,
that.
yeah.
Yoshi. Yeah, okay, I remember that then. But yeah, it was just like things like that. I just live for like costumes, parties, being with friends, being with family. things like that.
Yes.
But a long time, I think Hocus Pocus. That's like my little personal favorite movie. So.
Definitely watching Hocus Pocus. That's something we always do every year.
Yeah.
Especially on Halloween Day. And being in costume, that's really the only things I require on Halloween. Because I live it every day, so it's not like...
And it should be any different.
Yeah. But yeah, that's...
Wait, so are we gonna
about
watch
it.
Hocus Pocus at midnight on Halloween since it's a Tuesday?
Oh my god. Yeah, after trick or treating.
Yeah. After like
Okay.
feeding trick or treat.
Yes.
Oh, that day.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'll be
So we're,
fun.
12:01.
Yeah.
I was just thinking because we already saw it, but if we want to watch it
But
again,
for-
Well,
I
you
can
guys
watch
said-
it 1,500
Just
times.
do
I
some
welcome
little
it with
candles
more
and
people.
everything.
By myself, I don't care for it.
Okay,
but
no,
with
you should
people,
watch it
I
by
dig
yourself so you can like
No, bitch, I'm bored. I
Pinpoint
get drunk if
it.
I'm by myself.
ditto.
I need audience interaction.
My favorite, tradition. Well, my movie tradition is to put the AMC Halloween marathon because it's always playing when I'm getting ready for the party or whatever. So I put that on. I have friends over. We have food and we have drinks and maybe some drugs, and that makes it perfect time. Once a year, it's fine.
Maybe some drugs, but usually some drugs.
Usually
Yeah.
some drugs.
So you're saying for me to contact
To
my
me
my
is
meth
weed-
dealer and my cocaine dealer?
No, I don't go that hard. I'm like weed and E.
need the
Maybe
shrooms
some
by Saturday?
E.
Just kidding.
I haven't tried shrooms yet,
I
but
already
weed
have
and E.
Goodness.
Weed and E for sure.
George.
I don't know. Me, I believe it or not, I love staying home. That whatever you could call that old
Homebody,
man,
huh?
call that boring, but
Pass
what
out
I
candy?
love to do,
It's a tradition.
I do. I pass out candy like for the past few years since I moved to my newer house. I love I dress up. I pass out candy. My cousins and my aunt brings her kids over. Like we order pizza. I get drinks. And we take the kids out trick or treating. And I'm there with a sippy cup full of alcohol. And I'm just taking the kids out trick or treating because I
Fun.
love
That's
watching.
fun.
It is.
Really
I
cute.
enjoy it, and I
It's
even make
super
my
fun.
parents get into it. My dad always asks for Freddy vs. Jason every year. I don't know why,
Oh,
but
cute.
every year he's like, "Can you get me this one?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
He
I
likes the
got you.
tits in the first 5 minutes.
Or that, or just he loves
He gets to
he
watch
loves
two movies for the price of one.
I think that's what it is too. He loves Jason, likes Freddy, so it's I get them into it, and I get a kick out of it. I like seeing the kids' costumes. They come by, you see the little 2-year-old. I don't get baby fever or nothing, but they. It's just I'm just saying, if I were to get a child, I would dress him up. I've seen some creative shit over the years.
Even if they don't want to,
I
you
did-
bitch.
I did see a baby Freddy one year, and I thought that was the cutest thing. They had the baby in a hat. It's his mom.
Did he look like a Funko Pop?
No. I mean, he wasn't ugly, but his mom knitted him the sweater. It was homemade. I even asked her. I was like, "Did you do that sweater?" She's like, "Yeah, I knitted him." That was cute to me. Some parents go all out.
Super
Yeah.
cute.
And so I just enjoy seeing all the costumes. I give out the candy. It's a fun thing to do. I've done WeHo before. I did it once. I don't want to ever do it again.
Never done it.
It's a chore.
It's a chore.
It's a chore, yeah.
So I rather
But you
just
can have a
get
life.
lit at home. I watch all these kids walk by. I enjoy it.
I just like seeing the adult costumes that we.
No, they're super cool. Believe me, that it's really fun when you're there. But it's driving situation is bad.
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
take
Yeah.
an Uber, and they
Uber.
drop you off
Far.
50
Far.
fucking 100
Yeah.
Is
blocks
it
away
shoulder
from
to
it.
shoulder in WeHo with everything?
Not
Fuck,
exactly.
yes, it is.
It can be.
It can be.
It can be.
But what we do is we go around every club. The one who has the less people, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know the back streets and stuff because we live here, but a lot of people that come for like that are not there a lot. They gather in one spot, and it's like really hard to get through that one spot. But like after,
It's claustrophobic as
it's
fuck.
just a chore. It's just a chore, really.
It's worth it if you get a hotel room. If you're
Oh yeah,
lucky
because we
enough
used to get a hotel room like right there on the strip, and just get ready there and go
Think
to the
about
clubs
like
early.
it's like private turned up like
Turned
Oh,
up,
yeah.
turned the fuck up.
I would say.
All
Or
right,
you just
I'll-
have to deal with the faggots. The Halloween,
Yeah.
you have to deal with everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's families.
And I'll try it next year. I'll be Avengers next
Yeah.
year.
No,
Make sure
I've never gone.
I would say make sure you pregame too, because a lot of times the bars are packed. There's
Dude.
nowhere to go to
Is there
bathroom
like
either.
prices, like cover prices?
Some
Yeah,
are.
a
Some
That's
lot.
bullshit to me.
Mostly,
There's
no, that's where
lines.
they get the money.
There's lines and stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say get there early. One,
Bring money.
bring money or bring a flask.
Or bring a flask
Mhm.
and a
Bring
costume to
game.
hide it in.
Yeah. Take if you can take extra shoes just in case, because your feet's gonna be tired. No one now.
But we walked a
Or wear
long time to
comfortable
get an
shoes, just
Uber
something.
back.
Yeah.
Because everybody's in
Is
one
it all,
spot trying to
like,
get an
cut
Uber,
off?
so it's like
Like, are there
it's
streets
a
cut
mess.
off?
It's
They
just a
shut down
mess.
some of the
Hold on.
streets. It's-
They shut down all Santa Monica.
Put it this way, from like let's say La Cienega to Robertson. If you were to walk in on a regular day, maybe 25-minute walk altogether. If you're doing it during Halloween, it's like an hour and a half just to
fuck
get from
me.
there to there.
Yeah, we've done it. We almost
That's
like
how long it is.
we almost got
prefer
in a
your
fight
holiday
because we
plan
had to
now.
walk so long. We were like bitching
Yeah,
at each
yeah.
other.
Not only did we walk out of the parade, we had to walk from from Santa Monica out to Sunset. and
Laurel
then
Canyon.
From
Yeah.
Sunset and La Cienega to Laurel Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not drive there.
In
Yeah.
fucking boots like
and
this.
still
big.
couldn't get a
Yeah.
fucking Uber, and we found an Uber driver who
We
had just
bribed.
stopped.
We bribed
Yeah,
an Uber
we
driver.
bribed
He's like, please, I'm trying to get home. Here's $50
But also
bucks.
because if you drive there, there's nowhere to park. Everything's closed. People are walking.
Lines for the
right.
bathroom, lines for the drinks, lines
Lines
to
for
get
the glory
in.
hole.
It's just a mess. It's a mess. If we plan it one day, then we'll plan it and
It's
go. But
Not
to
this
just
year,
like
not this
out of nowhere go, it's
I
not.
want to just
Yeah,
like
not an
sample
idea.
this Halloween, but
Yeah.
I just said it because I do want to experience it one time.
Yeah.
Because I've never
it's
done
good to
it.
experience it one time.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Once was enough.
You guys,
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
can have a lot of
I'm
fun.
gonna
Like, it's
geek
really-
out over Halloween. Speaking of costumes, because have you guys seen Neil Patrick Harris and his husband?
No.
They dress
They
up their
always have such
family,
great
and
families.
oh my god, they have the most intricate costumes, and they really get into it. Just gaying out right now. Sorry, look it
And
up.
it's a group thing too. that they do.
It's a group. They're always like a group thing, like a
Right.
fan, because there are 4 of them, and it's always like Star Wars or the Wizard of Oz, and
Yeah,
like one of
that's
them
that
is
one.
Dorothy, blah blah blah. But there's like a bunch of the Addams Family, like a bunch of them, and they just like, but they're intricate costumes, so they like really look put together. It's really cute.
Well, when you got the money,
got the
honey,
money.
Yes, and the time.
you can do it.
Connections for Broadway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Crazy.
Well, that was Halloween.
No, it wasn't because it's never gonna end.
It's
I
not
know that's
Halloween.
that's
We
the only
live in
sad
Halloween.
part. It's like after Halloween's over, then it's all this holiday bullshit.
I think
Which
the
hate,
only
but-
bummer part I hate about it is that we get so much good shit that is Halloween related that we buy, and
Yes.
then it's only for like 2-3 months.
Oh, I'm going to Target right after Halloween.
Clearance day.
Clearance
Clearance
Day,
day, bitch.
Clearance
I'm
day.
getting my
Shit
shit right
shit.
there.
You guys, if we're all gonna hang out on Halloween, we might as well just have a slumber party and fucking get up early, go get pancakes, and go shopping for Halloween shit.
I say everyone's a yes.
Wednesday.
In the morning,
Well, at 5:30.
so you wake up early, bitch.
Yes.
Like wake up at 9 a.m.
6 shots of espresso and cigarettes, and you're good. That's what I run off.
Just take some cocaine and I'll wait.
There you go.
Oh, that's it.
We'll do. We'll all do.
I think everyone will do something.
The little
funny,
line here,
but
there.
someone.
Anything in the news that you guys want to talk about?
Tune in for the live feed next week. It's
Yeah.
gonna be good. Trick
Oh,
or
yeah.
treat. We will be in costume.
Yeah.
Join
so-
us in
Will be.
costumes.
Oh, that'll be
Nice.
fun. Like you're gonna like our costumes. I have a good creative costume. I put a lot. Well, I didn't put a lot of thought into it, but I put some thought.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Um,
our mystery box.
Yeah, we gotta do our mystery box.
So
that's
we're gonna
for
choose
sure.
a winner that day. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah,
or on
I
on
say we do it
Halloween?
that day during the live feed. Yeah.
I think we need to post a video on YouTube and let everybody know to go
Mm.
check out said YouTube channel, and they can get the details because like we
Oh
have
yeah,
released.
we're gonna
it.
post details and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
We'll promote
So it'll
it.
be good. And Jigsaw's coming out this week.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Who's excited?
Can't wait for that.
I'm
I'm excited for that.
I gotta watch all 7. I have them. I just need a refresh.
I know you do need a
Bring them
refresh.
over the
Not enough time.
Marathon.
Now you fucking tell me, bitch.
Well, I didn't know if I had known sooner.
All right, guys, that's it for this
That's it.
episode.
All right,
of-
this is Boys, Booze, and Blood signing off.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a happy Halloween and be safe.
Happy Halloween.
Next week
See you on
might
the
be
30th.
We can't wait to see your costumes. God damn it, George, you fucking failed.